predictable, not necessarily something that is completely autonomous, but predictable, then we could reconstruct, for instance, a thermographic 3D model of the environment, which is a real overview. Like you get a map from the top, and this is really how it looks while the plant is running. And this is, I don't think it's that far away. Depends
Well,
on
I mean, as soon as you have the 3D model capabilities adding thermal information, it's pretty straightforward, I would say.
Yeah.
And also, which is nice with that is you have the fourth dimension, which is you have a model, so you can repeat again and again and again the measurements, and you have for the predictive maintenance super nice data points about how your heat are growing, or is your machine getting older.
Yeah, there I see a potential of having a larger coverage of what you can see, because if you do it with a handheld camera, you have a little bit of images from there, a little bit from there, but maybe you're missing a central point. And there's, I mean, in this 3D model, so if I'm looking at it from the top, these are the injection molding machines. Then maybe you have some holes in here because you couldn't get there with a pole. And there, a drone can really fill in those holes and just have a complete map.
I also see in that context very much the context of reproducibility.
Yeah.
That would be way more given when we talk about the level of automation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's always the same and it gets there. Yeah, indeed.
I think this is not, I would believe it's not very optimistic. I think it's a very pragmatic view that still with this much progress, drones can be like a supplementary, technology. Even though you would say that you can use the 3-pod or the handheld cameras. I think an integration of a drone for having first the overviews that you can have them on a regular basis at regular intervals, like once a month you do this overview inspection first, and for the very detailed applications that you are interested in, for instance spotting the heat losses of those snails or whatever, then you can use the handheld cameras that gives you. But I think
the overview flight was good. Yeah, you're right.
I think even at this point, I would still believe. If I were the manager of such a plant, I would say that there are some added values of using drones.
Yeah.
At least for having the overview, like doing it frequently, because we haven't done it frequently. If we do it frequently on some regular path over 6 months and do it every month, then there might be, if you just put those panel data together and compare them, there might be some learning to see that there is something going on. And just imagine to collect these data over a year and over 2 years, then I think there would be some learnings for maintenance department.
No, but don't get me wrong. Obviously it's in our best interest to see eventually that Geberit gets a drone, sell something or something like this. But most of all, we wanted this project to be successful.
Indeed.
So we are challenging the application so that you can spot the objections that other people would come up with, possibly. And then eventually, I think if you get to the point where this has already been discussed. It's good. It's good to do this discussion, to have this discussion at gate 0 of the project. So when you get to the very end, everything has been cleared.
Exactly.
And I do see the potential. So we have some improvements that could, let's say, facilitate this 3D modeling and stuff like that for other, more advanced capabilities that we may introduce in the future. For the current technology, as I said, I do see the potential for some punctual inspection, in very precise places.
Indeed.
Which are really hard to reach, and where a handheld camera wouldn't be competitive. So either high or low, or inside, where something like a pole will be difficult to maneuver. Stuff like that. So
I think what we also need to look into is that how much those thermograms that we took from that switch box are useful. If they are useful, then we can ask Florian about those that are on very, very top, because he said that some of those boxes, switch boxes, are on
exactly.
top. So then we can also see how many of them they have. First, if it's useful kind of images from the thermograms.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah.
That
like
also, yeah.
specific case like that could be a killer one.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed.
So.
Okay. Very interesting.
I'm glad that we made it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Yes. Of course.
I
Thank
think
you very
there is-
much for your efforts. It's
No. Thank you for.
There
for
is,
having
yeah.
us, really. And yes, I think if we, as a follow up, if you want, maybe we can share our input
Sure.
on other applications that you may
Of
imagine.
course,
Like,
of
I don't
course.
know, still, I mean, obviously, I understand that some of the parts of the plant are, confidential or something like this. But if we still keep the same NDA, maybe, I don't know. There's some. If you could give us the opportunity to explore your plans,
Sure.
explore, I mean, with pictures or
Indeed,
models or whatever, then we can, with our experience with our customers,
Sure.
we can try to compare stuff that we already seen in other in other industries, maybe, or just have a look at the plant, look around, and oh, this could be interesting. Is that something that you do? And
Exactly.
and yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one of the first follow-up would be that, I mean, depending on how Geberit is open to see at the corporate level how much drone can be applied, not at the division level.
Yeah.
Then I also would be also kind of very keen to see if they open up the doors. I can go and to see by myself.
yeah.
That's one thing. About follow-up about this project, I still don't know if you think that you can have like a, I don't know, a report on what happened.
yeah, sure.
Like if
We
if
can.
we would can have that. Then second, I think from our side we would start summarize all the notes during the
Yes.
experiment, all the experiments we did. Yeah. Can
And I think it's very useful that to make a video or
Sure.
something like this,
Sure.
because if people understand the potential of this technology,
yes.
and if you show it internally to other Geberit employees, they can say, oh, this is something that they can think about,
Indeed,
something and come
indeed.
up with their own
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah.
That's probably the best way.
Sure.
Either you or us coming up with ideas is one thing, but if it comes from them, then it's much better.
Absolutely.
Any follow-up actions to your mind?